Hi viewers, my name is Amos Koko, an engineer by profession, working with Zuku. I'm going to take you through Zuku Satellite installation procedure. These are set up for Zuku Satellite, and these are the kits that come with the setup. Being a full kit, this is the antenna, which is 60 centimeter. We have the cable. We have the cable that comes with the antenna. We have the LNB that comes with the antenna. The LNB has its own feed holder that is supposed to be mounted on the antenna. Then we have the indoor units. Indoor units comprises of the STB, which is the decoder that is labeled Zuku Satellite. Then we have, it comes with a HDMI cable. It comes with a remote that is also inside the box. This one. Then inside the box also there is an adapter that powers on the receiver STB. Then we have batteries and RCA cables. So on that box it carries only the indoor units that are supposed to be set up inside the house near the TV. An installer must have some certain tools so that when doing the installation can be done properly. Most of the antennas, these antennas, they come with wall mount. So because of the size of the antenna, they're supposed to be mounted on the wall on a hard surface and not on the fisherboard. Fisherboard, after some time, they usually rot and they lose the alignment of the antenna. So it's appropriate that you find a very hard surface or a wall where you can mount the antenna. The tools that an installer needs, we have, this is called an inclinometer. You use this to get the right elevation to the satellite. We also have compass. This is a compass that you use to find the right direction, whether you are pointing to east or west. So it will give you the direction of the satellite. Then we have a stripping cable that is used to do stripping of the cable when you want to put the connector, the F-type connector. If you are using a compression connector, then this is the right tool to use. It's called a compression tool. It can compress both RG6 and RG11. Normal spanners for tightening the nuts on the antenna. Then a cutter in case you need to do some stripping of the cable, and a pliers. So those are the requirements that are needed for us before we start the setup. And lastly, and with the most important thing, you must have a meter. This is a pointing meter. The one that I'm using here is called a V8 Finder Pro. So with this, when you are at site, you can point using the meter, and it has a decoder inside. So it means when you're pointing with this meter, you'll be able to get optimum signal, and once you're on the right satellite, you'll be able to view our free channel, which is called Zuku Zone. Once you get the Zuku Zone, you'll be sure that you're on the right satellite, and you'll be able to verify the signals that you have, that you've pointed on that satellite. This is a feed holder. This is the reflector. Then this is called a boom arm. Reflector, boom arm. On the boom arm, you will set up the feed holder. You will set up the feed holder where the LNB will come and sit here. Then this is called a canister. This is what holds the antenna on the king post. Currently we are using a non-penetrating mount because of the test, but most of the antennas, they come with a wall bracket. Because of the size of the antennas, they are usually mounted on either on the rooftop or on the wall. This is how we set up the antenna. This is actually the antenna assembly. I've already done the first part of the antenna, and currently I'm facing where the satellite is supposed to be, on the west side. On the satellite we are pointing for in Zuku is called SES5, which is 5 degrees east. If you want to be sure of the direction, you go to a URL called dishpointer.com. You check on SES5, which is 5 degrees. Then you put Nairobi or your current location. Then if you search, it will give you the right azimuth and elevation, just to be sure on where you're supposed to point the antenna. Once you check your azimuth and elevation from Dish Pointer, on SES5 our elevation is 53.1 degrees. Elevation means you move your antenna from 0 degrees going to 90 degrees and vice versa. That's the elevation, the way the antenna is supposed to tilt. Then our azimuth is 272 degrees west. Our west is pointing, currently where you are standing, our west is pointing to where the sun sets. So it is usually 272 degrees. Now I'm mounting the LNB on the holder. You have to leave it a little bit loose so that once you've already pointed your antenna, you can try to optimize the signal by doing something, by polarizing the feed to make sure you optimize your signal to the maximum. This is the first step. Once you've done all this, you have to make sure you've tightened all your nuts to make sure the antenna is stable and very straight, so that when you are pointing to the satellite, you get the maximum signals that are required. Once we are done with the outdoor installation, now we move to the antenna pointing, which is the most critical part. We have to make sure that we point the antenna and make sure we get very good signals, so that we don't get poor service or customer does not get poor service. From this, the LNB is this one. This is what helps us to get the signals from the satellite. I will connect my test cable. All installers must have at least a test cable for pointing the antenna, just to be sure that everything is pointed properly. So I'll connect my test cable on the LNB. Then once I've connected my cable, I will get my pointing meter. As I said, I'm using a V8 Finder Pro. We have other meters that are not. This is digital. We have some that are not digital. They're analog. So they're only giving some beep when you're pointing the satellite. And with that beep, you cannot be sure whether you have pointed the antenna on the right satellite. So our recommendation is, for installers, they need to get the latest pointing device, like this, like what I'm having here. Because this one, it helps you point the satellite, and you can get to know or to view the signals that you've received on the satellite, and even maximize it. And after that, you'll be able to view our free channel, which is Zuku Zone, just to be sure that you are pointed on the correct satellite and your signals are very perfect before you pull your cable to the indoor unit, which is the STB, before connecting it to the Clans TV. So we recommend that we use our latest. We try and get latest pointing device. Now I'm going to connect. Then I'm switching it on. My pointing device is on. Currently, as I said, when pointing to SES5, you have to make sure you are sure of where your antenna is supposed to be pointing to. On SES5, as we checked on dishpoint.com, we found that our elevation is supposed to be 53.1 degrees. And I explained elevation is movement from down going upwards like this, and our azimuth was 272.2 degrees west. Azimuth is moving our antenna from left to right. Currently we are pointing the antenna on the west side, so I will start by pointing my antenna. On the meter, you will go and check on the satellite that you're supposed to point on. Then once you get the right satellite, it will give you some beep. If you hear the beep, it means you are not yet on the satellite, but at least the cable is connected on the LNB. So I will start pointing my satellite, and I will start with the azimuth. Okay, I can see I already have signals. This is just I already have some signals. I have some signals. Strength is 83 and quality is 63. This is strength is, there's some strength there and some quality. Already we are pointed on the satellite, but not optimized. Now this is the advantage of this. You can notice the beep has increased. It was beeping slowly, step by step, but now the speed has increased, meaning we are getting closer to the satellite or getting to optimize the signal. So with this signal, I will try to optimize it. So my signal, I can see is almost optimized. I think this is the best signal we can get here. 8374 using this meter. 8374. You can hear the beep. I can try to elevate to see if we can still get more signals. For assistance, we have some markers on the elevation rod here, so it will show you exactly if you're pointed properly on the elevation. So I'm trying to go down. Okay, if I go down, so we are optimized at 83 and 74. Our strength is 83 and quality is 74. So on this meter in Nairobi here, if you get a signal strength of 83 and quality of 74, you are at maximum signals using this 60 centimeter antenna. Now with this position, I will get my spanner and tighten the antenna to make sure the signal does not drop. I still have 83 and 74, quality being 74. Now the last part is tightening the canister properly on the king post so that the dish does not move. Once you've tightened your antenna, it's good to try and see the azimuth is not able to move and the elevation is not able to move. So it means your antenna is well tightened. The last part that we usually try again to see if the antenna can get more signals is through polarizing on the feed. Although, because our receive antennas, the polarization is horizontal. Now, once we are done with the antenna pointing, we've optimized our signal. We are having a strength of 83 and quality of 74. We've tightened the elevation and we've tightened the azimuth. So the antenna is firm where it's mounted on. So the last part is to confirm that your feed is properly tightened and positioned. Our receive polarity is horizontal. Horizontal means the L and B is facing horizontally like this. Vertical means L and B, the cable will be going like this, but with that vertical we will lose the signals. So for you to get the right polarity, you can either put it like this horizontally and you will get the signals, or you can put it the opposite side like this and you will still get the signals. I can see the quality tried to increase to around 77, but it's not stable. But the maximum that is recommended, quality is 74%. So I think with this, once we are done, the final part is now tightening the feed, the L and B. Then once you've tightened the L and B, now you run the cable going inside the house. We can test our free channel, which is on frequency 11804. I will exit. I will search for that channel, which is called Zuku Zone. So when you're properly pointed on the satellite, and you're having a professional meter like this, you're supposed to be able to get our free channel, which is Zuku Zone, on frequency 11804 megahertz. Once you've done the installation, you have to make sure you've tied your cable properly. You don't leave the cable loose. You have to make sure it's done properly. Then you run the cable from the antenna, take it all the way to the indoor unit inside the house. You can use cable clips to align it properly on the wall. Then we get to where the TV of the client is. Now I want to set up the STB and try and test if you're able to get the channels on Zuku. This is my test decoder. I'll connect it on power. This is the TV for client. I will connect this. Once you put it on, it's supposed to show Zuku logo. In fact, you're supposed to connect the cable, the RF cable first before putting on the power. Then you connect the power. It's supposed to display Zuku logo. By default, when you connect our decoder and the antenna is pointed properly, you are supposed to get Zuku Zone, being a free channel on our satellite. By default, the device is usually activated so that when you go to site, once you've done the pointed, you get a channel lineup. Already we have the channel lineup. But if you're not able to get other channels apart from the Zuku Zone, you have to call our customer care for the activation to be done. So with this one, this is KBC. Zuku Zone is free channel, you will get it. Then if you go to the other channels, the lineup is already there, but the channels are not there. So to make it short, you just call our customer care. You call our customer care, then you give them the account number, and they will do the activation. Okay. I think they've already activated it. It's already activated.
Copyright license is a crime, whether you operate a barber shop, salon, bar, hotel, restaurant.
It's already activated. So you can see now we are able to view we're able to view KBC. You can just start with the local channels just to be sure. That is KTN. That is NTV. And then from the TV itself, you can also check on the signal levels that you have after pointing. You can go to menu. You go to settings. Then you go to channel search. If you go to channel search, satellite is SES5. Satellite parameters, the LNB type is universal. LNB power is on. Those are the most important thing. LNB power is on. If you click on the satellite, you will see on the transponders, we only have 3 transponders on SES5 on Zuku, which are the 3 of them are all on horizontal pole. So with this 11727 fast transponder, you can see our signal strength is 85 and our signal quality is 88%. Signal strength is 85, signal quality 88%. This strength, what we had on the meter was around 83 and quality was around 74. But because we are using a short cable like this is why you will be able to get a very good quality of 87. But if you run the long cable from the antenna going inside the decoder, at least at minimum you should get a signal quality of 74%. If it goes lower than 74%, then you will start having issues with the channels. You will get the channels glitching or maybe some of the channels might not be showing. So you have to make sure that the signals are optimized and are at good level. So on this channel list, on this transponder list, we only have 3 frequencies, 3 transponders that are working. First one is 11727. The second one is 11804 that has same signal. The third one is 11880. Those are the only 3 transponders that are active. I'm doing a decoder factory reset so that we are able to get the channel lineup again and confirm that all is good and the antenna is pointed correctly on the satellite. When it's scanning, this is now the channel lineup. The transponders will only be 3 with the 3 frequencies. It will give you a total number of 99 TV channels.
For children of all
Then
ages,
once it's done, it will go straight to Zuku Zone.
And see lots of new stories.
So this shows that the antenna has properly been installed. And now we are set to leave the service for the customer now.
I love it!
All the shows you love and much, much more. You won't want to miss it.
So I think the setup now is complete.
For more information, email tvteam@key.wananchi.com or visit our website. Zuku, life got better.